There is something about exfoliating your face that if we don't feel it, we don't think it's working. So psychologically, even though we may not realize it, we may be scrubbing harder or leaving it on longer just so we can feel a little bit more tingling. Well, you don't necessarily have to feel this or this. So for most people, they understand that exfoliation is good for the skin because it can smooth out the skin and it can help even out skin tone and speed healing and prevent acne lesions. But what they don't really understand is how these exfoliation works and which one is best for their skin. So they just see exfoliation on the label and then they just buy it. So the two main ones are acids and enzymes. So you don't have to manually or physically move it around your face because it is already working on its own. The physical is usually the ones, if it's not in a chemical solution that helps dissolve or digest the proteins of your skin, it uses sugar scrubs, coffee grains, walnut shells, apricot scrubs. All of those are old school. If you must use them, which I don't recommend, save it for your elbows and the bottoms of your feet. They can cause micro contusions on the skin. So don't do that for your face. So chemicals, especially glycolic acid, mainly is derived from fermented sugarcane. It can be derived from other fruit acids. And glycolic acid is molecularly small enough to penetrate and dissolve the intercellular cement. So that is the lipid. It kind of holds the skin cells together. So it dissolves that. And so what it does is when it works together with an enzyme, which dissolves the skin cells in and of itself, then that gets washed away. So then you get new skin. So acids are not typically for sensitive skin unless you can use lactic acid. Lactic acid, the molecules are larger. Both of them are hydrophilic, so they are water loving. So lactic acid doesn't penetrate as quickly. So sensitive skin, some sensitive skin can tolerate this. And if you have sensitive skin, you can use the lactic acid and pair that with an enzyme. So this is a way you can remember it. Acids dissolve skin. Enzymes digest the protein. So they digest the skin too, but they digest the skin cells. So they are proteolytic or keratolytic. And this could be, the more common ones are bromelain, which is derived from pineapples, papain, which is derived from papayas, and berry enzymes. And the other one is pumpkin enzyme. So enzymes are like a great host at a party. They can get along, they're very versatile, they can get along with a lot of different chemicals as well as other enzyme exfoliants. And it actually removes the dead skin without changing the pH of the skin too drastically like acids can. So the good and the bad thing about enzymes, depending on how you look at it, is because it is gentle, it does help lighten hyperpigmentation, but it is
a lot slower.
So let's talk about the berries. So first of all, blueberry, that is typically better. So what comes out of the berries is obviously some salicylic type acids out of blueberry. So it's better for acneic or oily skin types. So raspberry extract, there is not enough that they talk about this, but it's an antimicrobial, anti-inflammatory. Sensitive skin and rosacea prone can use this, and it is a great tyrosinase inhibitor, so it really helps with hyperpigmentation. Oh, and it has ellagic acid. So there's that word again. If you've been watching our videos with hyperpigmentation, you want to use things that have ellagic acid in them. So really, really great for hyperpigmentation. And how it does it, it doesn't bleach the skin. What it does is it prevents the melanin from turning brown. So this is a good example of a powder exfoliant, which is this is actually a combination. This actually has lactic acid, so a very mild AHA, along with enzymes. So it has bromelain, which is the enzyme from pineapple. It also has papain, which is the papaya enzyme. It has antioxidant A, B, C, and lycopene, better for sensitive skin, so it's a powder. It also, several studies have shown that it's beneficial for wound healing and beneficial for help speeding the healing of dried out acne lesions. So it also has pumpkin in there. So the unique ability of pumpkin, it is beneficial for both dry and oily, congested skin. It also has vitamin A, B, C, and E, and zinc, which helps heal the acne. So pumpkin enzyme may not be suitable for some sensitive skin types. So you can see it's a powder. You don't need it to be granular. You don't need it to... Do you see that bug? You sucker! Yes!
Got it, nice.
So you can see it's a powder. It's very gentle. It doesn't have any granular anything that can scratch the skin. So this is how it's very versatile with something like this. You can add just a tad bit of water so that it's still kind of coarse, but it's soft. So it's almost like a paste. You can add a little bit more water. I don't know if you can pick up on it, but now look at that. It is a foam. So see how versatile this product is? You can actually control the amount of the texture of the exfoliating product and the strength of it. So this is the Ormetic Balancing Gel Polisher. This is a fairly new product as well, and it is a gel, and you can just see they have some soft beads in there. They're like jojoba esters, so you can use this as well. And this one is very, very gentle. So the other two products actually were gentle enough that if you wanted to use an exfoliant during the day, even though I don't recommend it, those two you can. So when you're looking at your ingredients list, if you see lactic acid and enzymes or just enzymes and you want to use that during the day, you can if you want to, even though I don't recommend it in the summer. But those are ones you can actually use during the day and in the evening. Now, something that is more glycolic acid based, a little bit stronger, you want to avoid using during the day and just at night. So here's an example of one. This one has glycolic acid, salicylic acid, and lactic acid. So it has all three. Now, if you look at this one, let's see if we can get any more of this. Okay. This one is, I don't know if you can see, but it has these beads in it, okay, in a chemical solution. So the chemical solution has the glycolic acid, the salicylic acid, the lactic acid, but it also has the papain, which is from papaya, and bromelain. So it does have some enzymes in it, and also has some brighteners in it. So it is stronger. This type, now this particular one, you can use it as a scrub. You can put it in some cleansers and use it as a mask. I don't recommend using this during the day. Okay, so obviously this is not going to foam, and if you use it as a mask, what happens is it ends up drying on your skin. So this is just a general rule. Again, it depends on your skin type and the type of product, but this is how you can kind of gauge what you are doing. Generally speaking, you can use most exfoliants 2 to 3 times a week. And again, it depends on your tolerance level. The powder that you saw, if it is a gentle powder like that, for especially oily skin, you can use those types of things almost every single day. The one that you saw, the ageless resurfacing one with the glycolic acid and the beads, if you want to use that as a mask, you can do it once a week and slowly work up to it in 5-minute increments. So when you see in the directions, you can use this between 5 and 30 minutes. What you generally want to do is start off with 5 minutes, then the following week work up to 10, then 15, 20-25. So you're working up every week in 5-minute increments to the top of the time that they recommend. And then after you use the exfoliating product, if you have dry skin, that's when you would use a hydrating or antioxidant serum after that. If you have rosacea and you use the powder exfoliant, make sure that you use a calming, hydrating serum such as the ROSACEA afterwards. So with most exfoliating products, you want to avoid the eye area. But when you use something very gentle and it is a powder, so obviously you're not going to put the powder on your eyes. I'm just showing it for illustrative purposes. Obviously you're going to work this up into a watery paste. So in this one, because you are working it into a paste, you can actually exfoliate around the eyes. And if you want to see how that works, then go ahead and click on this video here, and we'll see you on that video, because remember, makeup is an art and skincare is a science.